Ready to go?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll see you later. Did you get it? Okie dokie.
All right.
I don't know how to do this. Run squared!
That's supposed to be like a spit take with the.
Oh, damn it.
I'm not.
Whoa!
I'm not a vapor. Went down the wrong pipe.
All right. Ron squared. Back again.
Maybe we can edit like a spit take.
Yeah, I can do something. Like spitting fire.
Just don't embarrass me.
Steaming or whatever.
Yeah,
oh, shit. All right. Ron squared.
Back again.
We are back. We are riding.
Still riding.
And we're on to the AFC South right now.
That's right.
Interesting division. A couple quick notes here, per usual. Fan league.
Yes.
Our fan league. We mentioned this in the 100th episode. We're going to try to mention it every episode.
We're very excited. We want this to happen. We're very excited about it.
So we need you guys, and we have an update on the fan league. We're giving away one free entry.
Yes.
We are paying for your entry. You all have to sign up, and you can't just sign up, and if you don't get the free entry, not do it. So please don't do that.
Yeah.
$100 buy-in, 12 teams. You're getting a free entry.
Yeah.
Also, we're raffling off a free hat separately, and we made an agreement. The third one, we're going to give someone $20 off. Right?
So my understanding was, or at least when we were discussing it earlier, I thought we decided on doing the top points per week.
Oh yeah, we're doing that.
Yeah. Oh, the $20 off.
Yeah, we'll break down the scoring on the next one. I have my sheets over there. Yeah. But we're also raffling off a third prize. It's just $20, but you only have to pay $80 instead of $100. We're trying to be nice here. We're trying, we can't pay for the whole league, unfortunately. If we were that good at fantasy, we might, but it's fantasy football and it's luck. And anyone has a chance to win. Right?
Or if you'd prefer, we could put in all the cash and it's a winner take all.
No, not do that. No. All right. I do have a quick story time with Rob for you. It's going to be great. This is regarding, again, I got to keep the names out of this, some of our old friends here. Involving a car accident, multiple car accidents. It's great. So this happened way back in the day. We smoke a lot of weed, and so it's involving 4 people, mostly the 2 people driving. So we're going from Wasco. They're going from Wasco to Elgin, South Elgin.
All right.
Not a far drive.
No.
15 minutes or so.
Especially on the back roads.
Back roads.
You're not hitting any lights.
So starting at Wasco McDonald's off 64. Anyone that's around this area, you know that area off 64. Taking back roads like Bolcom and Coron to get to South Elgin. So the drive starts in Wasco, right off 64 there. And right away, after turning out onto 64, the back car rear ends at the stop sign the car in front.
I'm Sandra. You dumb bitch.
Both of the French group, right? Not a bad accident, but enough to kind of scrape the bumpers.
Yeah.
So then pull over, check out the damage, whatever. Not that bad, but still, what the fuck are you doing?
There's 2 groups.
Yeah.
Same group, but 2.
Going to the same place.
Yeah.
So that happens, and then we go in the same. We go in the same line, right? Same 2 cars, same order. Keep on driving, whatever. After the first accident, get up to Bolcom. Bolcom up to Randall. There's a stoplight, but it's one of those lights that takes a while. It's on Randall, so it takes a while to get it left, right?
Sure.
So the first driver gets up there, pulls up a little too far past the line, although the car behind him is there. And that sensors you got to trip.
Yeah.
For some reason, the quote was he wanted to trip the sensor. Both cars stopped, puts it in reverse to back up to trip the sensor, backs into the other car.
So now they're both at fault.
2 accidents, 2 different people's faults.
Well,
that's crazy! That is insane! How do you hit me again?
No big damage, but a 15-minute ride, 2 accidents.
I've never heard this before.
Dude, it's amazing.
You have to
I'll talk to you, off camera here.
Yeah.
But the best part is that there's an episode of Sunny called the Serial Defense where Dennis is eating a bowl of cereal, and they're going to work. He's at a stoplight, just sitting there eating cereal, which is strange. And Frank is like trying to figure out the GPS, and like Charlie's trying to direct him, and he bumps into him.
Yeah.
And it's totally Frank's fault, and they're telling the gang the story to get there, and the only damage to the car is the interior from the milk. And the gang's like, and Frank's like, well, Dennis was eating a bowl of cereal. And they all are like, oh, it's Dennis's fault.
Yeah.
Because the only damage is the cereal. If it wasn't the cereal, it'd be no big deal, even though Frank hit him.
It's kind of like the article I sent you where the chick sued because she got HPV in the car.
Right.
Like, oh, it's...
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the insurance company's fault.
Yeah.
Like,
what the fuck?
Yeah. So, just a great story. And
I cannot believe I've never heard that
innocent,
story.
Lovely, like, just hilarious. Like, marijuana is a hell of a drug.
And that sucks, too, because if you... Obviously, you said you guys were smoking. Like, the fact that you guys had to pull over to check the damage, if the cop just happens to pull by, like,
so what happened? Yeah,
like, oh, we're fine, officer.
Just
like,
a little bender.
Yeah. Just only the second time it's happened.
The first one's acceptable. The second one, to trip the sensor when you already have the car behind you.
Yeah.
Like backing into somebody, hilarious. Just absolutely hilarious. You can't make that shit up.
Self-awareness. So that gives me an idea of who it might be, but it's probably not that person.
Yeah.
But
all right, AFC South.
Yes.
Last year, Tennessee went 12-5. Which is we were talking about. It's crazy. Is that they lost that game like week 5, and I lost a lot of money on this to the Jets when they were missing Julio, AJ Brown, and Derrick Henry for that game.
It was in London.
It was okay. Yeah, week 5. So they were like 3-3. They ended up 12-5, and their number was like 10.
They got smoked. They did start off pretty rough. I think 0-2, 0-1.
Yeah, like I said, they were 3-3.
Yeah.
And 12-5. I did not realize they went that good. And then again, a third or probably 60% of the season was Derrick Henry. So
I have to
they
mention
were patchworking it, right?
Before we move on, this is a fantasy nugget. So Henry was the RB1. So he missed, was it week 6 or 7 he got hurt? He was the RB1 up until week 12, and he was the RB2 into the fantasy playoffs.
Right.
Like, that's how
in RB2, like a RB2.
No, the second scoring fantasy running back.
Wow.
Up through week 13.
Because he had 9 touchdowns.
But like, he played half the fucking
not
year.
Even. He played 6 or 7
He
weeks.
was on pace for the best running back season of all time.
Right.
Easy, like doubling.
Yeah.
Like he was broken every fucking record.
Yep.
Like
guy's a monster, man.
God
He's got one more year of prime, I feel like.
Because number 1 was fucking either way.
Jonathan Taylor. All right, Indy was 9-8 last year. They got second. Disappointing. They should have made the playoffs. They lost that
well, they started off like 0-4.
Yeah, and you kept on telling me to hammer that. You like them to make the playoffs, which they should have. They had to beat the lowly Jags in the last week of the year,
and
they blew it. Yeah,
Wentz,
Houston was 4-13 last year. Jacksonville was 3-14. So it was a bad division. That's partially why Tennessee.
The fact that Jacksonville was worse than Houston.
Yeah,
like Houston was the punching bag going into.
Yeah, they had no talent. They had no quarterback. They had nothing.
But subtraction by addition with the Jags.
This year, we're starting off with the win totals, highest win totals here. Indy is at 10, minus 105, so you're getting better odds than you should. At 10, I am going over here. I have to. It's tough. I feel like it's more of a wash.
Yeah.
But I see them winning 11 games. Matt Ryan's an upgrade just based on game manager. That's what they need. Yeah. They don't need someone throwing picks.
Yeah. Well, once his downfall is he tries to do too much, and that's you saw that in the Jags game week 7.
Yeah,
18.
turnovers, man.
That's the pit with Ryan. Former MVP. He has. The offense is good. Defense is good. I like the over. I like that over more than I like the previous AFC division we were talking about with the Bills.
Yeah, I feel like that's pretty confident. And at worst, they're winning 9 games, right?
Strictly, I think this is a product of the division, right?
Which I think will be improved on the bottom end, and we'll get to that later. Tennessee, again, 12-5 last year. Their number's 9, minus 105. That's tricky because it is low, and we saw they still went 12-5 without Derrick Henry last year.
So they're essentially even money like on the under as well.
I am going to go under here, though. It's tough because Mike Vrabel only wins 10 games.
Yeah.
He's a culture guy that can call some plays. Yeah. He's got the mix of everything, right? He's a better version of Dan Campbell. What Dan Campbell aspires to be. You know what I mean?
I'm reading your words right out of my mouth. If Dan Campbell can be what Mike Vrabel is to the Titans, if Dan Campbell can be that to the Lions, then like every single year you're talking 8 to 10 games, right?
Right.
Like it feels like
just
that.
Based on the players playing hard.
So to your point, that 9 games almost seems right on the money, but it feels like they've bled a lot of talent.
Oh yeah. Yeah. If their defense is not like top 12, dude, they're gonna be
It was
rough.
bad last year.
And again, I like Robert Woods, but he's not a number one. Like he's not a game changer. And if Derrick Henry is not Derrick Henry that we know, then they're in trouble. And even if he is, they might be in trouble.
Well,
it comes down to Tannehill.
I know
right?
we talked maybe whether it was fantasy. We probably talked about it a little bit on camera where my respect for AJ Brown is shot through the roof because I saw him win games for them last year because I was actively betting against them.
Yeah,
like game after game, and it felt like, especially when Henry went down, AJ Brown was the reason they were winning games.
Right. So what do you got here?
9. Yeah, I'll take the under. Yeah.
Wow, we are in lockstep here.
So far.
6 for 6 in the AFC.
So far.
All right, Houston here, 4.5, which is they went 4-13 last year. I don't know how the fuck they're at 4.5.
They're Jags are lower than 4.5. Or are you going?
Oh, sorry, no, Jags. Sorry, my bad. I keep on doing this.
Yeah.
Jags 6.5. Well, the Jags 3-14 last year. They got more than double their win total. I'm still taking the over.
Yeah, I like the over. Yeah.
God damn it, Caps.
I do. They're one of my teams where similar. I'm not as confident as I would be with the Patriots, obviously, but they are kind of like I was with the Jets. If you go back and watch our last video on the AFC,
Watch that shit.
Lawrence. I mean, so we're watching. I was showing you DJ Chark's highlights, and we saw him go through Foles. We saw him go through Minshew, and we both love Minshew. But then we saw Lawrence. Yeah. And we just saw
Lawrence is nice.
We saw a guy that's throwing a pro ball.
Yeah. I mean, he's very similar. Like he is way closer to Peyton Manning than he is Tua.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's been groomed for this. Last year, throw it out, man.
Yeah.
Fucking coach, clown. Yeah. Urban Meyer, clown.
Addition by subtraction.
Yeah.
100%. They were the early active spenders in free agency.
Yeah.
I know Kirk is the big
overpaid, but whatever. He's a pro.
Watch Kirk's highlights.
He play?
No, he's a very quarterback friendly.
Dude. ETN's a fucking playmaker, dude. Did get James Robinson back.
They also got
they got 2 tight ends.
They traded for Dan Arnold. I love Dan Arnold.
You love Arnold. Evan Ingram's your boy too. You love both their tight ends.
I like
They got Sheriff. They got some nice offensive linemen. They're going to be better on the line.
They spent. I can't.
Their defense is going to be bad. Like we're not going to say they're not.
Well, they spent a good amount. I'm not going to pretend like I know the guys they spent, but the analysts that I've watched that have actually done the research on the defensive guys. I'll do some more research as the season goes along.
Yeah.
But they're vastly improved. They spent a ton of money on both sides of the ball. They're I think that they're like I was with the Lions last year, when they won like 3 games, right? Like they're coming into it thinking they can win every single game. So even if they're not, but they're more talented than the Lions were.
Right.
So that to me, it's.
You know what? Sorry, I'm changing my pick. I'm going under.
Are you?
Thinking about it, yeah, because they can still have a wildly successful year at 6 wins.
Yeah.
I have to because I'm thinking about this. I like Houston. I'm going to go under because I feel like if they beat it, it's going to be 7. They're not winning 8. They're still not winning now, so I'm changing it. I am going under.
Yeah.
Check that later. All right, Houston. 4-13 last year. 4.5 is their over under, and they're at plus 100 for that. This is the lock of the century for me, to be honest.
I think so.
Oh, I do know so. I love Davis Mills. The division's weaker. Even Indy, they could beat Indy, dude.
Yeah.
We saw Indy lose to fucking
I like
Jags,
Davis Mills. Yeah.
I love Nico Collins. I like Brevin Jordan. I mean, they still have Brandon Cooks. They got some players, and I like what they were doing. I don't necessarily like Lovey, but he's at least he's not Urban Meyer.
Well, think about what Lovey brings to a team. Think about like Peanut Tillman. Well, no, they're going to force turnovers. Mm-hmm. So if you're looking for a good fantasy offense, these guys might have a lot of opportunities. One, because they're going to get scored on a lot, but they're also going to force a lot of turnovers. So they're going to get the ball a lot on offense.
And this is my lock, by the way.
Yeah,
lock over.
I wish it was an even number.
I do too.
But
got 1.5?
No, I'll go under. I'll go under.
Yeah?
I think they're still a year away. I think they're going to be competitive.
They're the Lions of last year. That's what you're saying.
I think if they have a good season, it's going to be 5 or 6 wins. So I think they have to have a good season to beat that number.
Okay.
That's just it's as simple as that. I think the Titans are going to be worse, so they might pick up a game there. But I think I'm a little more. I'm too high on the Jags maybe for
right.
I can't be high on every single
right,
AFC
and
team.
that's why I changed my Jags picks.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it. I was like, I like the Titans
I
like the Texans as much as the Jags,
Yeah.
and I see their numbers too lower.
So you see the Jags in last place then?
No, I see them both winning about 5 or 6 games.
Okay.
So, but I just see 6.5 and 4.5. I think they're even. I like the Jags upside more because Trevor Lawrence could fucking crush this year, and they could win 8. I don't think the Texans can win 8, but if they lose this, the Texans are losing it by half game. They're not winning 3 games, dude. They won 4 last year, dude. Think about that.
Yeah.
It was awful. I mean, so
I liked Culley. I think Culley was a good coach. I don't know what they got. Either way, I could see the Jags making the playoffs. I cannot see the Texans making the playoffs.
Right. Okay.
So for that reason, I'm over on the Jags. I'm under on the Texans.
Right.
Plus, if it's plus money, you know.
Rob Square.
And it's been a complete joy.